Hello everyone, I Chinal Ruparelia welcome you to the video lecture of Srimati Shantaben Haribhai Gajera English Medium School. Today we will learn about subject Science and Standard 9th Semester 1 overview. We will see what and which chapters are included in Semester 1. First chapter of Semester 1 Standard 9 is Matter in our surrounding. In this chapter, we will learn about physical nature of matter. As we know, matter is made up of particles, and how small are these particles to matter, I will give you brief idea about it in this chapter. We will also learn about characteristics of particles of matter. In brief, we also learn about particles of matter have space between them, particles of matter are continuously moving, and particles of matter attract each other. In addition, we also learn about states of matter. As we all know, there are three states of matter: the solid state, liquid state, and the gaseous state. We will also learn about if particle and its nature can be changed or not. And last, we will learn about the evaporation. In detail of evaporation, we will learn factors affecting evaporation and how does evaporation cause cooling. Second chapter of Standard 9 is matter around us pure? As we all know that matter obtained from nature is not pure. If we want to use it, we purify them, and for it we have to use different kinds of methods. We will learn about these methods in this chapter. We also learn that what is the mixture, what are types of mixtures, what is a solution. In brief, we also learn concentration of solution, what is suspension, what is colloidal solution. We learn separating the components of a mixture. How can we obtain colored component? It is called dye from blue or black ink. How can we separate cream from milk? How can we separate a mixture of two immiscible liquids? We also learn about several kinds of methods, like how can we separate a mixture of salt and ammonium chloride? How can we obtain pure copper sulfate from impure? Physical and chemical changes, and what are the types of pure substance, elements and compound. The third chapter of Standard 9 is motion. In this chapter, we will describe motion, its reference point and what is origin. We also learn about motion along a straight line with the help of graph, uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Measuring the rate of motion, speed with direction, we all learn this topic with the help of graphical method. What is the rate of change of velocity and graphical representation of motion like distance time graphs and velocity time graphs. We also learn equation of motion by graphical method like equation for velocity time relation, equation for position time relation, as well as equation for position velocity relation. Fourth chapter of Standard 9 is force and laws of motion. In this chapter, we will learn about balanced and unbalanced forces. First law of motion. We will describe the first law of motion with the help of inertia. We will also learn what is inertia and what is mass. We will learn the second law of motion, which includes mathematical formulation of second law of motion. Also, we will discuss third law of motion and the conservation of momentum. Fifth chapter of Standard 9 is the fundamental unit of life. As we all know that the cell is the fundamental unit of life. Today we will discuss in brief what is the cell, how it is made up, and which organelles are present in it, what are living organisms made up of, which are method to prepare temporary mounts, introduction of various parts of compound microscope. We will learn basic building units of the onion bulb as well as contribution of scientists in the cytology and information about various cells of human body. We also learn what is a cell made up of, what is the structural organization of a cell. In detail, we also learn plasma membrane. It is also called cell membrane. Improvement of substance in the cell, explanation of diffusion and osmosis process, effect of various solutions on the cell. We will briefly learn cell wall, construction and function of the cell wall, plasmolysis, nucleus, cytoplasm, cell organelles, endoplasmic reticulum, types and functions of endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, structure and functions of Golgi apparatus. We also learn about lysosome, mitochondria, structure and importance of ATP, what is plastids, how many types of plastids are there. We also learn about internal organization of the plastids and functions. We will learn about vacuoles and vacuoles in plant cell and vacuoles in animal cell. Sixth chapter of Standard 9 is tissue. We all know that a group of cell which performs specific function is called tissue. In this chapter, we will learn about plant tissue, meristematic tissue, its location of meristematic tissue, its characteristics, its types, and as well as its functions. We also learn about permanent tissue, observation of various types of cells in mounting of cross section of a stem. We will also learn about simple permanent tissue, its types, location, characteristics, functions of simple permanent tissue, structure and function of stomata, decomposition of chemicals like lignin, cutin, and their importance. In addition, we also learn about complex permanent tissue, structure components of xylem, structural components of phloem, and structure of vascular bundle. We also learn about animal tissue, which are the types of animal tissue, epithelial tissue, connective tissue. In addition of connective tissue, we learn about its characteristics, its types, structure of blood tissue, difference between bone and cartilage tissue, ligament and tendons, adipose tissue. We also learn about muscular tissue, its characteristics and types. We learn in last about nervous tissue. Seventh chapter of Standard 9 is Diversity in Living Organisms. We all know that in Earth, on the Earth, there are many types of living organisms. We will discuss about its diversity in this chapter. We will learn about what is the basis of classification. What are the characteristics used for hierarchy classification? We will study different types of classification and evolution. Idea of evolution by Charles Darwin. Connection of classification of living organisms to the idea of evolution. We will learn meaning of biodiversity, the hierarchy of classification groups. We will learn about Robert Whittaker five kingdom classification, which is Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae and animals. We will also learn about plantae and in main basis of classification. We will learn about monocots and dicots. We will learn about Animalia and group classification and its examples. We will generally discuss about characteristics of different types of animals like ewes, reptiles and mammals. We will learn about nomenclature and convention for nomenclature. Eighth chapter and the last chapter of Standard 9 is Natural Resources. Natural resources, as we all know that from the earth it is gift to us, and in this chapter we will learn about the breath of life, air, components of air, importance of oxygen and carbon dioxide. What is the role of atmosphere in climate control? What is the necessary of atmosphere? The movement of air, creation of winds, direction of winds, rain, how it is formed, and condensate, converting of clouds, air pollution, which are the sources of air pollution, harmful effects, and water, a wonder liquid, which are the sources of water, importance of waters in organisms, possibility of life with accessibility of water, what is water pollution, what are the sources of water pollution, and which are the effects of water pollution. We will also learn about mineral riches in the soil, what is the role of various factors in soil formation, what is soil and what is soil erosion. We will learn about biochemical cycle, which are water cycle, nitrogen cycle and carbon dioxide cycle, and the greenhouse effect and the oxygen cycle. In last of this chapter, we will learn about ozone layer, which is a protective layer of ozone around the earth, and what is its importance. Thank you.